and welcome to or welcome back to my channel.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
So today we're going to be talking about coronavirus conspiracy theories, and I just want to put a disclaimer out there that that's it, that's all they are just conspiracy theories, what I've found on the internet or what I've seen on Facebook and that sort of thing. I've researched them a bit and then I'm just compiling them to put them all in this video, just to give you a bit of information or just so that you can see what other people are believing, just get an all-round view on what's happening in the world. So the first one that I saw was books. There was a book written by Sylvia Browne called The End of Days, which was written in 2008, and I'll insert a picture of what it said and read it to you. It says, in around 2020, a severe pneumonia-like illness will spread throughout the globe, attacking the lungs and the bronchial tubes and resisting all known treatment. Almost more baffling than the illness itself will be the fact that it will suddenly vanish as quickly as it arrived and attack again 10 years later, then disappear completely. This was written in 2008, so 12 years before coronavirus happened, and it is all of them things. It is a pneumonia-like illness. There is no cure as we know of it yet. We are simply just social distancing until a vaccine is found or it's no longer a threat to us. And this book was circulating when coronavirus first started. It was one of the original coronavirus conspiracy theories, which I really looked into, and well, I'm just saying that I don't know how 12 years ago I would not have been able to predict what's happening in 2020. I don't think it's miraculous that anyone can, because this year has been a shit show, to say the least. Along with the book End of Days, there was another book circulating at the beginning of the pandemic called The Eyes of Darkness by Dean Koontz. That might not be how you say it, it's probably not. My pronunciation is not good, but that. And in it, I'll insert pictures so that you can read it for yourself, but I'll read it out to you. It said, they call the stuff Wuhan 400 because it was developed at their RNA labs outside the city of Wuhan, and it was the 400th viable strain of man-made microorganisms. This relates to it being man-made, as a lot of people believe, but I'll get onto that in a further theory. But the fact that it mentions Wuhan 400 and says that it was made in a lab just outside of Wuhan, where it was in fact, that was where the virus originated from, or is said to be originated. So I don't really know how in 1938, which was when this book was written, he would have known that in 2020 there would be a virus like this break out in Wuhan. And yeah, you could say that he could have picked anywhere in the world and somewhere down the line something would have happened, but to describe it so accurately, these two books described basically everything that's happened years before it had a chance to happen in 2020. The next one that I saw, which was on Facebook again, is the series My Secret Terriers? Maybe that's not how you say it, but I'll leave a link to it down below. It is on Netflix. The season 1, there's only one season, episode 10, around 52-54 minutes in, it talks about the coronavirus and how it happened in 2020 and all that sort of thing. So I'll just play a little clip of it if I'm allowed. If not, then I'll just link it down below. So I didn't really know if I was allowed to play the clip, so I've just linked it down below because I was unsure of whether or not I could play it. But this was made in 2018, so 2 years before all of this happened, and it explains that the virus again was man-made, so patented, just like SARS, which is almost perfectly identical to coronavirus, but we'll not get into that, that's separate. But it says that it's man-made and it was made in a lab, just like the book says, which then led people to believe that it was man-made and it was covering up something. But we'll get into that further in the video. So another theory is, as I'm sure everyone watching this video has heard of, is the 5G towers theory. So I did a bit more research into this as I didn't really understand it, but when things like 5G and 4G, 3G, when all of those were installed, because it's radiation, I'm not a scientist, I'm not going to pretend to be a scientist, but all I know is that it sends out, I want to say gamma rays, maybe not, and it can alter your brain, not like completely alter, like move it all around, but it does something to your brain. That's why a lot of people experience headaches when a new thing like this is being introduced, is because their brain is slowly like adapting to it, I guess, that sort of thing. But specifically the 5G, I read that there's been loads of studies to state that it affects your skin tissues or something like that, and can lead to forms of cancer, but this is not being proven. But you know, everything is supposed to cause cancer and things like that, which is just, you know, apparently the biggest risk factor is the rise in temperature, and a lot of people were complaining about the 5G towers. They were getting headaches and they wanted to know the risks to their health, and they read the studies that proved that there were risks to health by installing the 5G towers. So the conspiracy theory comes in is that apparently the first 5G tower was actually installed in or outside of Wuhan, I'm not too sure, and that either coronavirus is not real and it's simply just the effects of the 5G, or that coronavirus was man-made to make sure that everyone was indoors, so that this 5G towers could be put up everywhere without people realising or noticing, as they wouldn't be out as much, and then it's slowly disappearing because it was never a thing. I don't know, I don't really believe that one. That's not really, I don't know, it's just not my take on it. Obviously there's been studies to say that it alters your brain, you know what I'm trying to say, that sort of thing, so that is probably true. However, I don't feel like the whole entire global government would create a virus that kills thousands of people just to put these 5G towers in, when they could have just put them in anyway, I suppose. Just a little brief theory, I guess. It's been well known to the public that the BAME community are more susceptible to coronavirus, to die from it, then it's more fatal to them. But I didn't really understand how being from certain places or the colour of your skin could affect your fatality rate towards a disease. So I did a little bit more research on it. I found this post on Facebook, which was a video of a nurse crying. I've searched everywhere, and I'm sure that I saved it on Facebook. It might have been on YouTube, or I don't know, but I can't find it anywhere. So I'm just going to give you a brief explanation of what I can remember from it, I guess. Basically, she was saying that other professionals trying to explain that ethnic minority groups are at a higher risk by saying that they make up more of the healthcare service, that they have more susceptibility to underlying health problems that would then make it more fatal for them to get coronavirus, such as like heart disease and stuff like that. I watched a video on it, so I'll link it down below, and it just explains that. But some statistics, that 33% of people that were in ICU in the nation, so in Great Britain, 33% of people that were in ICU from coronavirus were part of ethnic minority groups, and of that, they only make up 14% of the population. Another possible reason is that lack of vitamin D. There have been some studies, but I don't think they've been proven or anything. But people from ethnic minority groups that aren't white, like their skin colour is not white, absorb less vitamin D from the sun, which is supposed to boost the immune system and make them better off fighting off coronavirus. But I'll link the link down below of that video, so it'll probably explain it way better than I am, because it was hurting my head trying to research all of this. But the video of the woman, the nurse crying, I think it was in America, she's explaining that none of those reasons were true. It was simply because ethnic minority groups weren't getting coronavirus at a higher rate. They just simply weren't being taken well enough care of, that they were being ignored due to just prejudice from the staff and the healthcare professionals looking after them, and she didn't really know what to do. But as I said, I can't find that video anywhere, but I'm sure some people might have seen the video or heard about it or whatever. But that's just another theory, and if that is happening, then that is horrendous and just shows really what's going wrong in this world, that people amidst a global pandemic cannot just treat people because they need to be treated. They're treating them wrongly again just due to racism. It's appalling really, but I'll try not to go into that because it gets me very heated, let's just say that. So the last and final theory that I've got is the theory, and it's probably the most out there, far-fetched theory, but I think I believe this one. I briefly brushed up on the topic at the end of my Madeleine McCann video about the truth of what happened to her, or what I believe to be the truth. But if you haven't seen that video, then I'll link it up there as a little suggested with an eye card thing. Go and watch that video because it's more about conspiracy theories, and it goes more into depth of this theory that I'm going to talk about. So watch this and then go and watch that. I'll link it down below just so that you can watch it after this video. So at the end of that video, I put up a photo that I'll insert here, and it said that all of these companies have had their CEOs step down during the lockdown or during 2020 amidst coronavirus, what was going on. So from January, I think, or maybe from March, whenever. The theory is that what if they knew something? How often does every single CEO of multiple companies, big companies, just step down for no reason? It's just not very likely. I'm sure CEOs step down fairly regularly. I don't know about that sort of thing, but not that many within such a short space of time, as well as being massive companies that could be involved in other things such as Disney. Now, if you don't know about Disney, then let me know in the comments and I'll do a video on the corruptness of Disney. It broke my heart to read about it, but let me know and I'll do a video on that. So the belief or the conspiracy theory is that the coronavirus pandemic is simply just a smokescreen for what's really going on in America or politicians or with Pizzagate and that sort of conspiracy theory, as it's said to believe that what I spoke about in my Madeleine McCann video about the elite people in this world, that they're finally going to be brought to justice, and this lockdown is simply to just create a smokescreen to not scare people so much of what is really going on in this world and try and hide it from people so they don't really know about it. But I'll do a separate video on all of that because it's a very big topic and it'll take some time. But let me know if you'd like to see that and go into more depth about what people need to wake up and realise. I've got a lot of research on that already just from what I've compiled personally, but I could make a video on it just to let other people know for educational purposes, so let me know in the comments down below. So that's it, that's the video. As I said, these were all just conspiracy theories, but if you choose to believe them, I feel like they're all credible theories that are very possible in this day and age, as I'm a firm believer that people only believe what the media allows them to believe, and you have to do further research to change that sort of mindset, as they're not really people that you can trust. And like I said, I'll do a video on that, but it's going to take some time for me to do. It's in planning, but it might take a while and it might be 14 hours long, because I just like to ramble and just tell you all the thoughts on it. But yeah, that's the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, let me know if you like this video or your theories on it. Let me know which ones you agree with, which ones you don't agree with. Start a bit of a debate in the comments so that we're all just thinking about things a lot more and not just learning and believing what we're fed to us, if that makes sense. Also, don't forget about the giveaway that I posted on my video on Friday. I'll leave a card link suggestion thing up there if you've not seen it, because I'm doing a giveaway for when I get to 100 subscribers. So if you'd like to get involved, click that video and the instructions will be in the description, and I briefly explain it throughout the video. So watch that, follow the instructions if you'd like to win. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye.